Welcome to another class. Today we are going to talk about Google Docs. And basically, Google Docs is a word processing application that's part of Google Suite. So you can use this to create and edit documents, any text-based um, document that you will need. So it is an alternative to what you normally use in our IT lab, which is Microsoft Word. And one good thing about using Google Docs is that everything Google offers is cloud based and it is available to you free as long as you have the Google account, which is your school email address. Therefore, many students were complaining a few years back when they had to do work that they do not have Microsoft Office Word. Um, and those of you who had, they say your license expired and stuff like that. That the Google Docs takes care of that aspect right away. So I must tell you, pretty much it is very similar in terms of what you can do. A lot of the features and the icons that you will see in Microsoft Office, um, you'll see it on Google Docs. So it there's a few different way of doing things. However, it wouldn't be that is so different that you actually need to spend so much time relearning the software. It's just getting to know where the different stuff are. So let's get started. It is impossible to teach the whole for us to get in detail of the whole Google Docs in one video and one class. However, I'm going to share the most important tools that I think you need to know to do your assignments and your work. First of all, open your browser. I already have my browser open. There are different ways to get to Google Doc. So you can, if you have already signed in, you can go to the app menu, Google Apps, and you can click on Docs. As you know, this is the icon and it have Docs on it. Or you can just type docs.google, okay, and it will send you to the page. So let's get to the page. So this is your first page and you will see right on top there's a menu of Google Docs. You can the app you are going to use is actually Docs, but there are others which we'll talk about in our next few classes. So make sure it's on Docs. You have the Omnibox to search, and then you have your Google Apps menu again and your account information on top. Below that, you have a Start menu. Um, Below that you have a panel that shows your templates. Um, if you want to start fresh, you click blank. If you have any templates saved, it will list it there, and you will see the templates that the Google has, so you can choose. Templates are basically a layout that has been formatted for easy to use, so you don't have to start everything um, from scratch. So for example, this one is a report and it has like a playful theme to it. As you can see, it has different colors. So if you are asked to write a report, instead you start everything from scratch, you can check out the template and then edit the wording and add your content to it, okay, and so on. And below is the recent document. You can sort it by all the documents owned by you, um, owned by any that has been shared with you, but is owned by anyone, or you can search the documents that's not owned by you. so somebody shared with you and stuff. um, we have the list view. It will show you in the list. You can sort it in the alphabetical order, the title, the last modified date, the last one opened by me, and so on. You can search, or you can open through a folder, search in your Google Drive, or you can click share with me if you have started a document, and so on. So there are different ways. So we are going to create a new document. Let's give it a scenario. Let's say you are doing homework for FNN and you have to know, and you have to do research on the three different vitamins. Okay, so this is the blank document. The first thing, you can name the document. By default, it is named untitled document. So if you click on it, it gives you an option to name your document. So let's just name it. I'm going to name it for our class because we are doing, I will say, food and nutrition assignment 1. Okay. So anything you do, any changes you do, it will save to your Google Drive automatically now. If this is a document that you are not going to finish right away, or something that you would want to start, you can start right there. Okay, so for example, I can start, and the reason to start is for me to get it faster. Remember, there's a special folder in your Google Drive that's start. So any document that you need to work on constantly, like your SBAs and stuff, instead you go look for it every time in go to different folders you saved in and stuff. You can just start that, easily access it anytime. You can move the folder, your file to a different folder. Again, remember we spoke about in previous video how to arrange your Google Drive. So if you have a folder that is assigned, you designate that specific folder to assignments, and you want to ensure all the homework documents are in that folder, you can do so. Okay, and this is to see the document status. All changes saved to drive, and this document is not ready for offline use, which is one thing that I need to speak to you about. Google Docs, everything that you use Google products, you need internet. However, they have made it in a way that you can use it without internet. So once you have started the process of creating the document, you can turn on the offline use, and you can basically edit the document without internet. And what will happen when you get internet connection, it will automatically update the document if you have made any changes to it. Okay, and below that you have the different menus, and you have the different commands you can use to edit the document. Okay, alright, so let's go through. So the first, um, on file, let's go through one by one. On file, you have the different menus. You can create another document, you can share the document. So for example, teachers always say, when they give you work, you need to share it with the teacher. So instead of you emailing them, you can share directly. So when you click share, it gives you an option to share. So you type your teacher's email address, and the teacher will be able to view it right away. Or if you are doing group project and everybody needs to do the work, instead everybody do the work separately, you create one document. So one person in the group creates the document and share with the different students that's in the group, and anytime somebody makes changes to the document, everybody will see it right away. Okay, you can make a copy of the document, You can email it as an attachment. You can download the document. So it's currently in Google Docs, but you can also download it as Microsoft Word file. So you can see Google and Microsoft are very compatible with each other, so there'll be less issues of compatibility. And there are other formats you can download it as, but the most common ones you'll be using are Microsoft Word file and PDFs. So when you have your final product and you need to email it, your SBS or something, so you would want to use the PDF format so that no people won't be able to edit your final document. Okay, so there's another way to make the document offline. You can see the version history, so anytime somebody make the changes to the document, is actually going to keep a record, and you can see all these things. So for example, if you type whole 5 pages but then somebody accidentally deletes all your information, um, all this the hope you still have a hope of recovering, because you can go to the version history and you can click on the version where the person didn't delete the document as yet, and you can recover it from there. Okay, you can rename the document there, same thing, with these options there on top. You can add a shortcut to the drive, you can delete it. We can publish it to web. So if you have your website on Google site we are going to talk about, whatever you do, you can publish directly to the site. You have the document detail. It will tell you the basic detail about the the document. The language, you can select the language right there. By default, we have English. Page setup, so you can assign to the whole document or selected content, and there you can change the size of the sorry, not the size, you can change the orientation of the paper. So portrait is long and landscape is wide. Okay, you can change the size of the paper, you can change the margins. Okay, you can change the page color and so on. And lastly, you can print it. The printing now, printing is a bit tricky, because what I realize with sometimes if you don't have the printer set up properly, it will not. You can save it as PDF and then print the PDF. Okay, so it might not be able to print right away. I think you need to set up the Google printing device. Okay, and let's go along. So let's say you have to talk about vitamin A. So let's look for a quick research. I'm going to open another tab, type vitamin A. So let's say I am taking information from this website. Okay. Um, of course, this is not a practice I want you to do, but just for our just for our just for me to show you how the different things work. I'm just going to do that. So I'm just going to copy the paragraph for me to. So I can either right click and click copy, or keyboard shortcut Control C. If you are using Mac, it's Command C and Control V or Command V, and it will copy. Okay. Now, what I don't recommend is just copying word for word from another website. You need to actually read and you need to put it in your own words. But just because I want to explain something else, I am just going to do that. But please do not do that. That's for your when you are doing homework. Okay, so first there are different links, so you can see any word that has the link to it has is colored in blue. Okay, um, I do not want that. So what I would do, I would just clear formatting and move the links. But before, even before when I was pasting it, actually there's an option paste without formatting. Enable copy, cut and paste. Oh, so can't I just okay? Oh well, okay, so it worked. Right. So these numbers, the citations, I'm going to move, and that's one thing we have to talk about. Okay. So let's say that's the information on vitamin A I got. But what you need to do now, anytime you get any information from website, any or book or anywhere, I want you to practice of creating a citation. And basically, what that is for you to state where you got your information from. It is very important because this information I copy is not mine. It didn't come from me, so I must say where it came from. Okay, so I'm going to click citation, and and I'm going to click add citation. So you choose the source type. Is it from a book, or website, or journal article, or newspaper? Now this is very important. Before you need to know how to type all these citations, but now you can just check, it will generate it for you automatically. You just have to put in the information, and this is important if you are doing it for your SBA especially. And as you move up, if you want to study in college and university, all these things are very necessary in your research. So since we got our information from our website, I'm going to click website, the offer, and when you go, the offer, it doesn't say the offer, so I'm going to change to corporation organization, and the place I got the information from is Wikipedia. So Wikipedia title, and this is the title, vitamin A. So I'm going to type vitamin A. Website title, I guess the website title is vitamin A. The URL is the address. So what I'm going to do, go to the website. I'm going to click on the address bar and I'm going to copy. So again, you can right click and press copy, or Control C and Control V to copy, and published year. Let's see if you can get that information. Usually in journals and stuff you will see the date. So you see, this is basically the citation. Similar to the citation, the references, all the numbers will be deleted in the beginning, and this is what you are going to do. External further reading. Okay, this page was edited on 12 February 2021. Okay, so publish here, I'm just going to put 2021. Access day. Now this is the day you accessed it, so I'm just going to put today is the 3rd of March 2021, and you can click add citation source, and it's going to add. And so every time you get new information you're going to add, is going to be listed. And what you're going to do at the end, okay, so we are going to insert a break. Now some people, when they want to add a new page, they just press enter until they go to a new page. And what's that going to do is that can affect the formatting. When you type in a new sentence, it will drag everything back. So what you really want to do is insert a page break. So insert, go to break, and page break. So it will go to another page, okay? And there you can insert your bibliography, and it's going to head it for you, and it will cite the source there for you one time. So if you have more, and of course it will give you more. Just give me a minute, my battery seems to be good. I'm getting low. Alright. Now, another practice I want you to do, so we talked about citation. Most times for your SBA and formal documents, you would need the table of contents. And actually, if you format your documents properly, table of content is going to be easy to generate. And let's see how we can do this. So first we need to know, let's go to this section. Right now you see everywhere I click it's normal text. That's the style, okay? However, the title or the topic, okay, I need you to select it. Instead of normal, you are going to give it a different heading, different style. So you can select as title, whatever that's title, the subtitles, okay, the headings. So let's use heading for now. There are different levels of headings, okay? So heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. And you can see automatically the size changed, because that would be the format set for heading 1. Now if you notice on my left side, you'll see vitamin A. That's the outline of the document. So let's try another one. I'm going to insert a new page. So you can go to insert and click break and page break, or the shortcut command enter on Mac. I think it's control enter for Windows. And let's type vitamin B, and you have to type and so on, your research. So I'm just going to type some information there. Alright, now vitamin B doesn't show there because it is set as normal text style. So to make it easy, we are going to click vitamin B, and you see it stated there now. Now when you click vitamin A, it will take you to vitamin A. If you click vitamin B, it will take you to, so wherever you make the different headings, it's going to bring it to you there. Now we'll change it as title, and let's see what happens on tools. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about, um, the basic formatting uh, tools. I will just quickly go through them. You can change the font style. So the same way it's easy. You can see the preview of how the different fonts look. So you can select. Um, I'm going to select all the documents. I like Times New Roman, and you can change the font size. The standard is 12. You can bold. Bold is to get it thicker. You can italize. That's to make it slant on the side. You can underline. Okay. You can change the color. Okay. And you can highlight. Okay. So if you make a mistake, for example, before you panic, you can just undo it. Okay. You can add a link, the same link we moved. So if you have a link for this word, you can click insert link and you can type in the link, and every time you click on that word it will send you straight to that link you created. The link can be a website, it can be a page in your document, it can be a video, it can be you can link it to anything. Okay, you can add a comment. So if you're doing group work and let's say one of the students wrote something, um, and let's say you want to tell a person you should work on whatever, you can actually add a comment to it. You can insert image. So if you have a picture, let's say, of foods that you can get vitamin A from, you can click um, on insert picture. You can upload from your computer if you have. You can search the web. They have Google. You can insert photos from your Google Drive, Google Photo. And if you already have a link for the website, you can take a photo. So let's see. Let's search vitamin A. So I guess these are fruits that you can get vitamin A from. Selected, insert, and it's going to come. Right? Alright, this looks like a project. Okay, and after that you can change the alignment. So let me select this text. Left alignment means all your words will be in line on your in a line on your left side. If you center align, your words will be centered to the document. Right align means that there will be a straight line on your right side, right? Justify means there will be a straight line both. I like justify for formal documents. Line spacing is the spacing between the lines. So I would like to, by default is 1.15. I like 1.5 or double. So let's try 1.5. So you see it gets wider, easier to read. Since I have more space on the document, let's try double. Right, doesn't overlap, so this looks good. So let me just space it out to make it look easier on the eye. So this already looks good as a project. Yeah. Now there are lists. So for example, if you have to create a list, let me move this. Oops, undo. If you have to create a list, there are different type of lists. Numbered lists, when you click numbered list, it's going to number it. So one, um, let's say you're getting vitamin. Let me do a research. So if I'm listing foods with vitamin B. Okay, right. So what you see there is a list. This is an unordered list. So you just see the bullets. You call these bullets. So milk, cheese, egg. So I'm going to close this now. I can write milk. When I type enter, it's going to number it automatically from cheese, eggs. Now if I click bulleted list, which it is not ordered, so you would know when you need to number it, or you can just list in any order. So according to your need, you use the right um, the correct formatting that you need. And before we move on to another one, um, you can change the different shapes it has. So if you click on the little arrow on the side, for example on numbered list, you can have one. Now these are nested lists. What you're seeing is that, for example, number one can have, you can have several other lists falling under one instead of two. And what will happen is that it will show as A, B under one, right? And small letter I, that so, that will be one, and two will have two I's, and so on. You can have it like with the bracket. You can have it as 1.1, 1.2. So there are different formats. Okay, and same thing for the bullet list. You have the different shapes and to differentiate. And another thing that differentiates is the indentation. So for example, all these are dairy products. So let's say our first dairy, you can get vitamins from dairy, and milk is part of dairy. So I wouldn't necessarily put milk as another list. It will be part of the dairy. So I would press, what I would do, I would press tab, and it will indent and place it under dairy. Or what you can use is this indent, increase indent and decrease indent, and it will place all this in the dairy. So okay, so maybe we can number it. Oops, sorry. So let's go to dairy. We should number it. Let's go to the milk, and it should be numbered, right? Okay. So if I have the vegetable, and indent. So if I can get, let me put the correct information. Oh, okay, fish like tuna. So instead of vegetable, let me type fish. Fish, like tuna. What I saw, salmon. Right. So these are the ways. Okay. You can edit the list. Now, when you go to insert, you can click the image. We did that. You can also insert a table. So, if you have to create a table, sorry. All right. Let's insert a table. When you're inserting a table on Google Docs, actually you can just create a table. So you select the rows and the columns that you will need, okay, and it expands as you go. So let's say I want to create 2 by 4 table, so 2 columns and 4 rows. and I can put this same information, dairy, and I can put fish, and I can list it. We have milk, cheese, eggs under dairy, and you have tuna and salmon, right? That's a way to insert a table. You can insert a drawing. So if you need to draw, when you click drawing and you click new, it will take you to Google Draw. Whatever you do there, you can insert it. So okay, let's just try it. So this is Google Drawing. You can add shapes. You can add a text box. You can add a picture. Let's just draw a line. Whatever you draw, let's put a shape. Put a circle. Okay. You can change the color and so on. So whatever you do, if you save and close, it's going to do just that. If you want to edit it, you can click on it and click edit, and it will open the drawing, and you can do the editing right there. And you save and close, and it will update. Okay, let's see what they have again. You can insert a chart. That is very useful, but the chart, we'll talk about it when you're talking about Google Sheet, because you need data to create a chart. You can create a horizontal line, so you would use horizontal line to section different things. Footnote, it's just a note, reference note, but since you're doing the citation, you wouldn't really need to know that. Special characters and equation, I would like to talk about the equation especially for maths. If you need to equations, did I spell it right? All right. There are different symbols in maths, and usually it's difficult to type them in a document. You can write it, but sometimes it's difficult. But it's very easy now. So you click insert and you click equation, and it's going to create this text box kind of thing for you. That's how you know your equation is engaged, and there you realize you have another layer now. So you can, in the equation, you can use Greek letters. So if A, and then you can, so there are letters, they are different. I don't know what this different operations. So A divided by, there you can talk about the relation, which is greater than, less than, equal to, and so on. And you have this fraction. So, or let's do square root. So A divided by square root of B is equal to of operation. Let's put a fraction. Let's just put 22 over 3. Yes, that's an equation. Okay, now it's too small, so let's zoom in. So it looks bigger. Again, let me change the size of the font so it's bigger as well. Okay, All right, so there you go. That's how you insert the equation. Special characters is the same thing. Headers and footers, important. So basically headers are what you will see on top of your document. Okay, so instead of fit, let's just do 100. Okay, so you can access the header by double clicking on top of the document or insert headers. So for headers, you can put food. I guess I'm just thinking about something. Nutrition assignment 1. So you can have different first page. Okay, that means only the first page will be different and the rest will have the same. Okay, so when I assign that, every page will have food and nutrition assignment, right? So maybe that's a good way to insert your name. So all your page will have their name. Now let's look at the footer. Footer, you just same way, double click at the bottom or go to insert and go to footer. Okay, now you can add the page numbers from the option, or you can basically just do it there. Page numbers. Start the numbering at 1 and so on. You can make it start from 5 if you want, or 0. Okay, and the position, you can put the numbers on header and the footer show on first page. So maybe if you have table of content you will not show from first page, you might want to start from 0, so it will count the first page as 0, but it will just not show. So to make everything look professional. So they have 1, but maybe I want it on this side, so let's go to right alignment. Next page you have 2, and it's going to do that for you automatically. 3. Let's bring up let's increase the size. Maybe I want Times New Roman. Okay, when you edit one, it's going to affect all. So as you can see, the size and the font style has changed for all of them. Okay, all right, we talk about the break, the link, and the table of content with number of blue link. So let's insert a table of content. Let's see. Oops, sorry. So let's create a new page. Table of content. Vitamin A. Now you'll only see vitamin A because I only have I have the vitamin A. Let me see as heading. What's vitamin B as title? So let me change that to heading. Let's see what happens. Equation, let me change that to heading. Right. So all I have to do, since I created a table of content, all I have to do is update. Okay, and since I do not want that as part, I'll just put it as title update. So it gives you a vitamin A is page 2 and so on. So now it starts from 2 because a while ago when I did that, it's going to count the table of content as page 1. So show on page, I do not want to see that, and start at 0. So let's see. So this will be my first page, which is table of content will be 0, but it will not show. I do not want it to show, and automatically it will click different first page because the rest will show. Okay, and this will be 1. So let's update. Now you'll see page 1, page 2, page 3. Okay, very nice. So we have the page of content covered, citation covered, format, we spoke about that. You can change the different things we spoke about. Tools, you have the spelling and the grammar. Ensure before you submit your final document you do that. Word count, if you need to count the words, if there is a minimum word requirement, you click on that. Okay, you can compare documents. So for example, if I give you a template to work on, now I can compare what you submit with what I gave you to see all the changes that you have made. The citation, we talk about that. Another good feature is dictionary. So when you click dictionary, it opens a built-in dictionary over there, and basically you can search the word right there. So I type vitamin and it gives you the meaning of vitamin. Okay, so food. Okay, any nutrition substance that. So you, when you're doing work, is easy for you. These are the little features that will help you with your work. Okay, you can move it, you can go back, you can close it. Okay, and you can translate the document if you need to translate it to another language. Another one that's good for note taking or capturing ideas quickly is voice typing. So I'm going to move from page of content. Let's go to equation because that's where I have a lot of space. What's happening? Right. So let's try the voice typing. You will see this icon. Now you need to click for it to speak. You cannot just speak, so I'm going to click. It is important to take note. When you finish, you tap the mic. You tap on the mic again. You click on the mic again. It says, "Greg, you pick up the first word I was trying to say." So my font. Again, it might not be very accurate according to how you pronounce the words, so you always need to go back. Okay, so you can see I didn't type this, it typed it for me automatically after listening to what I said. And actually there's a feature, you can speak different language and it will type the notes for you. So let's try Spanish. What I know in Spanish. Hola, buenos días. So you see, it will create the accent wherever is necessary. Let's try. Let's try another language, man. Let's try this one. 안녕하세요. Man, it works. Alright. So this is a feature. That's cool. Okay. Script editor, you don't need to know about that. Preference dash, you don't really need to know about that. Add-ons. Add-ons are very important. I have 3 add-ons: Thesaurus, Zoo Express, for dog. Basically, I use that for my Doc when I'm making worksheets for you. Um, but you can research on your add-ons. You can make wonderful things. Basically, the features you don't have on Microsoft Word, features you have on Microsoft Word and you do not have it on Google Doc, you can actually look for the add-on to complement that. And in fact, using proper add-ons can enhance your Google Doc experience. Okay, so basically this is all for this class. I hope you understood everything and see you next class.